Building a good internal brand with your peers and colleagues in tech sales is very important for a lot of reasons. Firstly, it can help you establish a positive reputation within your organization, leading to greater visibility, recognition, and opportunities for advancement. Secondly, a strong internal brand can help you build relationships with colleagues and create a supportive, collaborative environment. Building an iconic brand for yourself can be broken down simply. What are your peers and colleagues saying about you when you're not in the room? That brand can dictate a lot within your company, and you want to make sure people have a positive image about you and people hold you in high regard. Now let's talk about what a bad brand might look like. An example of a bad internal brand in tech sales could be someone who is known for being unreliable or unresponsive to colleagues. For instance, if a salesperson constantly misses deadlines, fails to follow up on leads, or fails to communicate with their team members, they may develop a negative internal brand that impacts their reputation and relationships with colleagues. Another example of a bad internal brand could be someone who is known for being difficult to work with or uncooperative. For instance, if a salesperson is resistant to feedback, dismissive of other people's opinions, or consistently working in silos without collaborating with colleagues, they may develop a negative reputation among their peers. In both cases, a bad internal brand can lead to missed opportunities, strained relationships, and even limited career growth. The beauty of sales is the abundance of opportunity that happens when people know, like, and trust you within a company. If you're doing the bare minimum, that might not look good when you're up for promotion. So let's talk about a good brand. An example of a good internal brand in tech sales could be someone who is known for their expertise, reliability, and collaborative spirit. For instance, a salesperson is known for their deep understanding of the product, the industry, the market, and they're seen as the go-to resource for colleagues seeking advice. Additionally, if a salesperson is known for consistently delivering high-quality work, meeting deadlines, and following up on commitments, they may be seen as a reliable and trustworthy team member. Furthermore, if a salesperson works collaboratively with colleagues, shares knowledge and expertise, and actively seeks out opportunities to help others succeed, they may be seen as a valuable team player who's invested in the success of the organization. When I first got into sales, I was lucky to have a lot of mentors who helped me succeed as an SDR. And what I did is started helping people on my team who were struggling. I started sharing insider knowledge and made it a priority to help the greater Dell community. For me, a lot of my success at Dell has been attributed to a positive brand. I was known as a hard worker, first one in the office, leader in KPIs weekly, not just appointments set by the way, but number of dials and other metrics that are 100% in our control as reps. And I always had a lot of new ideas and I shared them. I think it's important to have empathy for your manager and understand how you can make their life easier, because at the end of the day, they are your ultimate champion to get you promoted, and they report their perception of you to their senior leader, who has the ultimate say in moving you forward. When I started working in field sales, I had 3 new teammates who were all external hires and a new manager who came from a different segment of Dell and didn't know about our line of business. I went above and beyond to train our new team members, even though I was technically the least tenured on our team, and my manager was extremely thankful I took that load off his plate. If you want to be successful at your company, you need to build up political capital. Network with leaders in your company. Be a thought leader, be an entrepreneur. Go above and beyond to stand out in the most positive light. Show up to team events, have a positive attitude, and most importantly, get results. Your brand doesn't hinge on one metric, and I've seen that mistake before. I once managed a rep who was great at hitting their revenue, but nothing else. They were always late to team meetings, hard to get a hold of, and always had a pessimistic attitude about the job. As much as they were hitting their number, it was hard for me to recommend them for any type of promotion. And so remember, you are more than just hitting your number, but you are also more than being the person who just closes down happy hour every week. If you are lost or feel like you have competing priorities, try to think critically about what's most important. And typically in sales, that means prioritizing revenue generating activities. Calls, emails, appointments, revenue closed, you get the point. You will have days and weeks that are hectic with a million meetings, internal trainings, emails coming at you left and right, and you need to make a habit of cutting through the noise and prioritizing what will bring the company revenue. It can be tough, but the revenue generating activities are why you are hired into the company, so always make sure you're prioritizing that. If you are curious on how to build a great brand for yourself and your company, just listen. Listen to who leaders continually give shout outs to in your team meetings. Listen to who they are and study what they do. Set up time with them and understand how you can replicate what they do and align your emotions with the values of your organization. Building an iconic brand for yourself can be the difference between getting promoted or staying in your role longer. It can be the difference between keeping your job or getting laid off when the company needs to cut back headcount, and ultimately can be a deal breaker in your career. Your professional brand follows you your whole career, and while it may seem like it's a shadow within your current company, it extends into your professional network and people who recommend you to join private events, clubs, and different things outside of work. I once met a real estate investor who used to be the VP of sales in a well-known tech startup, who now invests in multifamily properties and gets all of his funding from former colleagues he used to work with. Why do you think they invest their money with him? Believe it or not, it's not just the return on investment. It's because people trust David from the days they work together and know anything he touches turns to gold. He's professional, punctual, responsive, hardworking, and has all the characteristics you'd want out of someone you want to work with. And so as you continue working, make it a point of emphasis to become the best version of yourself. You may not check all the boxes right now, but we can strive for perfection and in the process achieve greatness. My promise to you is by investing in your personal enterprise, you'll be making the best investment of your career. Start building your iconic brand today and build champions to vouch for you when it comes time to get promoted and get another pay raise.